Good evening, everyone. Reverend Janet Reynolds, and how are you tonight? Welcome to Insight with Blue Feather. I'm very glad to be here tonight because I have a very special guest, and that is Graham Williamson, and he is the International Medical Intuitive, Evidential Medium, and Psychic. So I'll just say hi, Graham. How are you tonight?
I'm doing fine, Janet. Thank you for inviting me. And
you are more than welcome. We had a very beautiful beginning, okay? But let me tell everybody that it is, of course, the show is Insight with Blue Feather, and Blue Feather is my guide. And I am a psychic medium, and Blue Feather's been with me for a long time. Of course, I'm also an ordained minister. And Graham, I am so glad to see you, considering everything we just went through. So to let everybody know that Graham is a medical intuitive. Also, he's an evidential medium, psychic healer, and counselor for well over 40 years from England. And I do know England. He was trained by his mother, who was a rescue medium, and also with the SNU. So what is the SNU?
Spiritualist National Union.
Okay.
It's similar to the NSA.
Okay, so and then he moved to the USA and joined the National Spiritual Association, NSA, and completed the Morris Pratt Medium, Healer, and Minister courses. Is that correct?
Yep, I sure did.
I know, and he's assisted many people along with connecting others with their loved ones who have passed over. With his spiritual guides, he works together to connect you with them. So, Graham, it's good to see you. So please add a little bit more to that. Tell us some more.
Well, the medical intuitive parts really got highlighted about 3 months ago. I didn't know that this is what I've been doing most of my career as a medium. Even though I was ex-serviceman, then I retired in 86. I found out I was picking up a lot of physical attributes of people. Mm-hmm. And I evaluated stuff. And then somebody actually gave me the terminology of medical intuitive. Mm-hmm. As soon as that was clear in my head what it meant, everything snowballed. I mean, I am not a medic in any physical shape or form. I'm not trained. I'm not a doctor or a nurse, but all I do is evaluate somebody's medical energy. In fact, here's a definition. I had it printed out for you. A person who has the ability to see inside the body and read the energy patterns of the physical, emotional, and spiritual energies of a client. I do that by picking up what I feel from them, by my body telling me, and then by years of practice, I can link into it and say, have you got an ankle problem or an eye problem or whatever, and evaluate it from that. That's basically what medical intuitive is.
Okay. You know, I took classes many, many years ago on intuitive medical. So there are sometimes, and even for myself, I can see certain parts of people's body, and I can tell when it's inflamed and things like that. So is that how you do it also?
Yeah, in fact, tonight was a prime example. I saw a pharmacist friend, I've not seen her for about a year, and she'd got a boot on. I said, I see your tendons have been altered because of your bone shifting. You've got about 3 more weeks for that boot on, have you? Who told you? It is so funny when that happens, it really is.
Well, yes, it is. So I like the who told you. Well, they told you.
Yeah. It's so weird because they tell me by my ankle, and I can see an image of tendons and bones because I studied as a child. My father was keen reader for master's degrees in England.
Mm-hmm.
Encyclopedia Britannica was my 9 to 13-year-old learning curve of how to study.
Mm-hmm.
And anatomy and veins and all that was drummed into me because of my family nurse. And then not nursing. I nurse of the spirit.
Right. I understand that. And I'm sure that whoever's listening tonight, hopefully, will understand that. And then I will just say, if anyone has a question, please feel free to call 813-814-1601. And hopefully, if any of y'all have connected to the show, you can, I'm sure there's some way that y'all can ask a question. And that will help to make it more clear as to how we do this or how Graham does this. So now, Graham, tell us what you are telling us anyway. What is a medical intuitive? But explain it a little bit more, if you would, please.
Yeah, no problem. As a medium, we learn from our guts, our emotional center, and everybody is a psychic.
Right.
Everybody is a medium. But when you start listening to your guts enough, it becomes an intuitive part of who you are, your makeup. You walk into a room, you know it feels comfortable or not. Argument or something, and you weren't even there, but oh yeah, there was an argument. But you either go in or you walk away. Mm-hmm. That's basically what the psychic is. But a medium is higher vibration, connecting with the spirit realm. And when, like people like yourself, Janet, you know, we've been doing it for so long, it's who we are. We don't have to switch it on or off. It's there all the time. And I've learned to listen. And when I see somebody or hear something from somebody's voice, I can pick up straight away that vibration that tells me, oh, my stomach's funny, or oh, I've got an ache, or oh, I've got a headache, or whatever suddenly appears because I'm connecting with the energy from somebody else. And 9 times out of 10, you have to keep your mouth shut because a medium is responsible for their words and actions.
Well, of course, yes.
And when I do the medical stuff, I've got to be more careful because I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose or anything like this. But most people know me because I call everybody Trouble because I'm terrible at names.
Oh, okay.
I have a laugh with people, and it works. And what's this, Janet? Yeah, and that's what a medical intuitive is a person that's listening even more to the spirit connection of other people through our own bodies.
Right. Now the way that they do it for me, and yes, once more, no, I am not a doctor. And yeah. I have said that in readings when I see something that's going on with their bodies, and I let them know I am not a doctor. This is just what I see. So sometimes when there is a problem in the stomach area, I see inflammation, but it's red.
Yeah.
I see the color red, and then that tells me that something is wrong. And then I tell them that, you know, it doesn't make that it's serious, but there is something going on. So it's something that you should look into. But no, I am not a doctor.
In fact, I was at an event a while ago, I won't say where, and a lady looked down at me and said, there's no such thing as a medical intuitive. Anyway, what's it mean? I said, I'll give you 1 minute free.
Mm-hmm.
I told her she had cancer, she recovered, she got this ailment, that ailment, and for 1 minute, I pinned all her ailments.
Oh, wow.
Now, if you want me to do a reading, please sit down. And it's this amount.
Mm-hmm.
Next lady I had. Now, as a medical intuitive, it doesn't matter what sex you are, because all you're connecting to is the spirit energy of people and spirit, and they join us together through the medium. This lady sat down and I touched her right hand with my left.
Mhm.
And this really threw me a curveball. I went forward and said, "Excuse me for asking, because I'm a gentleman, and I don't mean to pry, but have you had a hysterectomy about 2.5 months ago? My stomach felt like somebody had ripped everything out and there's a void."
Oh, wow.
And she said, "Who told you?" Yes.
Yeah.
And it was so accurate, I was stunned.
Mhm.
As a guy, I've learned what I can feel from people.
Yes.
And,
Yeah.
you know, there's a guy thing to a female thing, and feeling a female thing is totally weird. Yeah. But the point was, I helped that lady go to a doctor and do the correct things that she wasn't doing. And she
Right.
thought, a couple of months, I'll be back on my feet again. She was actually almost killing herself by her actions. And
Oh,
the
wow.
doctor said, "I'm glad you came back, because no, you shouldn't be doing this. You've got 3, 4, 5 months yet before you can even begin to stop."
Right. Right.
This is where we as mediums and doing our medical intuitiveness can help save lives.
Mhm.
As I say, we're not doctors,
No.
but we know our own bodies, and our bodies tell us that something's wrong, something's right, or you're doing great, or you're doing lousy. But we can never give a negative.
Right. No. And you
So
don't.
how do you tell somebody you're doing all that wrong?
Well, you do it diplomatically.
Oh, very.
Okay? You know, because a lot of times when I'm doing readings for people, also, one of the things that of late that Blue Feather has been asking is, when was your last physical? So that has made people stop and think, well, I haven't had a physical in 2 years. Well, guess what? The suggestion is you need to get a physical.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, so that I feel that that's a good thing. Not that I'm a doctor, but I just know you need to. And then, you know, if you go 2 years without a physical, that's an awful long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm a guest on your show, I'd love anybody who wants a reading just to put it up on the conversation, the chat part, and we'll see what happens. You know, because that's what I'm here for, to demonstrate and show other people how easy it is to be read just by text. And people say, "Well, you can't do this."
Mhm.
Well, it happens a lot more now because of the internet and because of COVID. And
Mhm.
I want to help more people realize, if you feel it and say it, it amplifies. But you've
Right.
got to say it. Just thinking it's not going to do anything.
No. No.
If
Yeah.
anybody wants to have a reading, I'm not 100%, I'm human. So,
Well, she's got it up there for you. Ask a question.
yeah, thank you.
Would like a reading, so no worries. So, if someone is interested, please don't hesitate to ask. Okay. Now, with that being said, okay, what is truth of communication, and or what is emotional truth?
Yeah, that's a good question, because they're both parallel of each other. You can't have one without the other. Anybody that wants to work with spirit has to be honest with themselves first.
Mhm.
And it's not about ego. It's not, "Look at me, I can do this brilliantly and I'm super." It's none of that. It's about being honest with yourself. How would you like to be helping people? So you've got to be truthful. Truth of communication. You've got to be clear in what you're saying. I had to learn the American terminology and slow my speech down so I could be understood. And 20 years later, I'm still being asked, "Slow down. What did you say? Can you repeat that?" And that's what I'll have the rest of my life. My mother was American, but she lived in England all her life, and she had the problem as well.
Right.
But
But even for myself, Graham, I have to really listen to you And I've been going, what do we say, across the pond for many years. And when I go over there, they love it when I do come over because of my southern accent. They just
I can recognize it. Yeah.
Yes, they love that, but I have to really listen to what they say and how they say it because the brogue, as I call it, is so thick. And you know, the hardest ones to really listen to or to hear are the Scots, the Scottish people.
I have the advantage of living in England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales.
Yes. Okay.
And I pick up accents and dialects similar to. I won't insult the American dialect at all. I am British, and I'm proud of it. But I love living in America. But you see, the truth of communication is answering your own honesty. I have what they call COVID long. Yeah, you've got it pretty rough there, Corey. But half of it is liquid, good liquid, and not chilled, too chilled, because that will actually make your body, your muscles spasm and go tighter, and it takes longer to hydrate the body. A lot of people make this mistake nowadays of having really cold drinks. You can actually cause a lot of damage. As I say, I'm no doctor. But from what she was saying, the first thing I got was the queasiness, the tightness because of what she's drinking. It may be coffee, too much caffeine as well. Getting off artificial boosters will help her clear her mind because of dizziness. And also having ginger in the diet. That's a godsend, having ginger in your house.
Yeah. I take turmeric with ginger every day.
But Corey, I also feel you are over the long haul and you are doing everything right, but you've got to start to learn to breathe slower. Breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. Get those lungs working at a slower rate, deeper, because the more oxygen you put into your body, the better your body can work back and help you learn to get back onto your feet again. Because the dizziness, also check for the wax in your ear. That's people, when they've had fevers and stuff, they forget about wax retention. That can affect. Also, bright lights and computers affects the eyes as well. And I also feel that, is it your son? Is it your son? Yeah. Can you put that up again, Susie? The child. Oh, yeah, it's daughter. Okay. Yeah, your daughter is trying to do too much as well. Yeah. Because her heart's in the right place, don't get me wrong, she's really trying to help Mum. But trying to rush things, Mum, Corey, you're trying to rush. You cannot rush this. It is a really, your whole blood system, the antibodies in your body are completely, I can tell. And the headaches as well. She's been having the jaw ache, Corey. Try not to give me information anymore now, just say yes or no, please. And I feel about the tightness in the jaw and aching. Also not breathing properly. And she's got like mucus in her throat. You have that at times as well, Corey. Lemon drink. Rinse out, first thing in the morning, rinse your mouth out with some fresh lemon and water. Spit it out, then have a little, about half a cupful. First thing in the morning. That'll help clear your throat and help you breathe a little bit better. But you are over the worst of it. And the way you're sleeping in your bed, you need a better back support. I feel like your back's in two parts. It's not one straight piece. Having your body straight helps you breathe better. The more bends in it, your lungs and rib cage are pressing, so you're not breathing properly anyway. You don't want to be laying flat. You do need to be slightly elevated. But say, work with your doctor. They do help. And I try and avoid all the artificial flavors and drinks and stuff like that, because they ain't going to do you any good, not with your body trying to reassess itself. And I hope that helps you.
And plenty of fluids. Plenty of fluids.
Plenty of fluids.
Yes, water.
Drink a lot of water.
Yes. And that will help.
I drink a lot of water as well.
I do. You know what? You're supposed to drink half your body weight when you drink water.
Yeah, I do at least 12 bottles a day.
Oh, okay. What, at 12 ounces, 15 ounces?
16 ounce bottles.
And you drink how many?
At least 12.
Okay, so that's 160 ounces or better, right?
Yeah.
Yes, so that's good. So I'm sure that's more than half your body weight.
Well, I have a very high metabolic rate, which is why I learned to listen to my body. And this is what taught me how to recognize ailments. And drinking waters for the last 20 years, I've been doing no teas, coffee, an Englishman with no tea or coffee, period.
And that's hard to believe.
I went cold turkey for about 8 weeks. I had migraines, you wouldn't believe, because of the body wanting the caffeine. And I'm glad it worked, Corey. All the best to you on that. And anybody else want a reading? Please come on in, ask away. And my mind's racing on so many tangents. But yeah, water really is a good. And never have it too cold. Just cool is better.
See, I like mine cold.
Well, if I'm really hot, a mouthful or two of very cold, then the rest is cool.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I think I sort of got in that kind of a habit because I get it right from the refrigerator and it's cold when I'm putting it in the bottle. I've gotten used to that.
Oh yeah, you get used to it, but as I say, the body, when you actually put a really cold, you try it, put a cold compress on your arm goes tight and hard. Well, imagine that on your throat, because that's exactly what's happening. Your throat's compressing all the way down to your stomach. All those muscles are cold, so the blood flow isn't going through as easy.
There you go.
So if you have it cool, the body can hydrate quicker and it cool you down quicker because you're putting the water back into your blood again.
Oh, okay.
The colder the drink, the harder it is to hydrate.
Oh, okay. All right.
It cools you down initially, but it doesn't help you for a while. It takes longer to get into your body.
Oh, okay. Well, I only do it most of the time, not all the time.
When you're hot, living in Florida, when you're hot. Yeah.
Yes. So, but especially at the gym because we don't have air conditioning when we're working out. So when I can go to the fountain and fill my bottle of water up and it's ice cold, it's really it's good. But that's neither here nor there. So then let me ask you another question, please, Graham. What sets you free?
This in part is again with communication, because I have learned I stopped worrying about what people say or think of me. I was a shy, introverted guy until I joined the Navy at 17 and a half back in 1971. And I was on everything. You ask my siblings, they'll say, "Oh, Graham, he's reading, hiding, he doesn't like going out." Then I left the Navy in 1986 with bat out and hell going full volume, going through the gate saying, "Goodbye, I've retired from the Navy." And I thought, this is what my life's about now. It's about being honest for me, doing what makes me happy, and being happy. When you fall in love with somebody, they can see who you truly are. Not a facade, not a veneer, not a makeup. This is the real you. I had two unfortunate failures in relationship, and 50-50, partly my fault, and I accept that. But by being truthful to myself and doing things that makes me happy, it was more attractive to find the person I've now been with for 20 odd years. You know her, she's everything. And it all started because I owned a Pal Talk session in England in '96, and I kept it going until 2001. And I introduced people to mediumship and proved about life after death. And then this lady came in, and we've never stopped talking since June of 2001. We married in January 2002, because I am so in love with who I am for her to make her happy as she is with me. That is what sets you free. You don't care about anybody else. There's nobody else that, yeah, you're polite and have fun and all the rest of it, but the one that really makes you happy is yourself for the one you love.
It's important to love yourself. It's very important.
We've got somebody who wants us to read her. Cece. Okay, Cece, I haven't switched off. I am still thinking. And you've been actually trying to do too much outside, running in, and the AC sunshine. I know you love the sunshine, Cece, but you've got to be careful about the drinking of fluid. Okay? And you're actually laughing your socks off at this, Cece, because the simple fact, you know that you have had this for quite a while. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to be okay. I am okay. Positive mind is wonderful, but you've got to get your body in tune with a positive mind by looking after it with a better diet. And diet means control food intake, including liquid, not losing weight or gaining weight. It's just to control the food intake. That's what diet means. And tell the doctor more details. When you go to the doctor, say, "Oh, I've got the chills, I've got a headache." Yeah, but what about the aches and pains? What about the stiff neck? What about the way your hands feel? You know, all this stuff I'm picking up. It's like I've got almost like arthritis pain in my fingers because of this ache. Is throughout the whole body, and the way your ankles feel and your toes. Even the sudden cramps, little cramps, not severe ones. Now, if I'm on the right track, please just say so. But this is what I'm picking up from you. And you are over the worst of it again, similar to Corey was. But you're not doing enough to help you. You're not doing enough that you know you should be doing, and resting and getting your feet up and elevating your feet above your heart. Even for 10 minutes every 2-3 hours, it helps your stomach and your heart and your lungs work better when you lay flat on the floor or flat on the sofa with your legs elevated, like the old spacemen used to do. You know, the body's here, leg over, and there's the sofa. Put your legs like that, not in the crux of the knee, behind the knee. You want it on the calf. You don't want, because if you put it over underneath the kneecaps on the bend, you stop circulation, and you don't want to do that. So that should help you, Cecil. Okay? And I'm glad that you went yes. I do come back and help people. That's what we're here for today, helping people. Okay. Hi, Frederick. All right. Your voice is gone. Your voice is gone, Janet.
Oh, she
No.
Me. She just unmuted me. Okay. Fred, I said, how you doing? I hope all's well.
But yeah, the truth will set you free, communication, and you know, everybody has a chance to find themselves. There's a phrase that I've heard so many times over my lifetime, self-enlightenment. What does that mean? Well, for me, it means to understand why I'm here, my purpose. And each day I'm finding another step to more enjoyment, because I quit worrying about it. I enjoy life because whatever's thrown at me, there's nothing I can do about it. It's here. I've got to do the best I can with it. I don't let it hold me back, and I don't live miserably. I quit drinking all alcohol 20 years ago. I had one mouthful of good wine I'd brought from England to meet my lady, and I spat it out. Good wine, and I spat it out. That was the last drop I had, December 2001.
That I don't think that I am ready to give up my wine.
No, wine's good for you, but I'm a recovered alcoholic as well. I've gone through so many things.
Yeah.
But that's what made me an intuitive, because I experienced the headaches, the trauma, and all that.
Definitely. That is so true. Experience teaches us so much that in the process of doing readings, we can relate to the people that we're doing the readings for.
The one trouble I do have is when somebody's pregnant. Well, years ago, I actually looked at the young lady and I said, we were good friends, and I said, you continue the way you're going, you'll be pregnant by tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Burst out laughing and yeah. And then 3 days later, I saw her again. I said, congratulations. What are you on about? I said, congratulations. 6 weeks later, she come back and hit me.
Oh, there you go. Oh, that's good.
How did I know? I just see the image of a pregnant person. There's something in the eyes that you know, tell you, oh, they've got something in the eyes. Yeah. That's beautiful.
No.
That is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I love people that are honest with themselves publicly.
Well, that's most important.
It is.
Be honest with yourself. And then to love yourself as we do is very important.
And your children and your family. My family still think in part I'm still what I was. But that gives me more strength. Well, they still think I drink.
You still think you drink?
They still think I drink.
Oh, they do? Why?
Yeah.
Why do
Well, that's all they ever know. Because they like to have just an occasional wine or a beer or whatever. That's fine. But I choose not to, because I know what it did to me. I don't want to go there anymore.
You know what? It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing if you don't drink.
Yeah. I can go to a bar and have a cup of tea.
Yes.
Because
I had a cup of tea earlier. How's that?
But I could go to a bar in England when I was drying out and say, this is a public house. That's what they call them in England, the bars. Yes, I would like a cup of tea then, please. And I got a cup of tea. And there's all the friends drinking this beer, maybe, drinking all the beer. There's me with a cup of tea.
Yeah, well, the tea was probably better for you.
Yeah, but people said, don't you feel ashamed? I said, you stop drinking and have a cup of tea with me.
Yeah.
And they did. They said, this is weird, but I feel stronger for doing that.
Well,
So you can drink in front of your friends like that, from being an alcoholic to drinking tea.
Well, I think it's beautiful. I really do. And, you know, I have some really close associates that are very, very, very dry. They don't drink. And it's been a challenge for them. But they stopped. And it's all in what you want to do or need to do. Right.
But, I have got a lovely phrase. It's actually from the Bible about the spirit. I have enough spirit inside me. I don't need any more.
There you go. There you go. That's a good thought.
It is. And I mean, sobering up and all the ailments you get from it, even having sunstroke and heat stroke, I can recognize the symptoms now of people when they go back, oh, you need to drink water. Might you stand in the sun too much? And I don't tell them how I know. I don't tell them, because some people just don't want to know about spirits.
Well, because you're intuitive, that's how you know. But let me say this, Graham, because we only have about 5 minutes left to the show, maybe a little bit more. Tell everybody your web page, how they can get a hold of you, your phone number, whatever it is that you need to let them know that if they would like to get a hold of you, please tell them that for me.
Right. My name on Facebook is Graham Williamson. And you can see my face in the picture. My email address is thebrit77@hotmail.com. You can call me, but if you do call me, please leave a voice message because of all these junk phone calls we get. If you don't leave a message, I won't answer it. And the telephone number is 352-409-1060. And I do have a website that's all one word. It's Medium Graham Williamson, and it's GRAHAM Williamson.online. And if you want a reading, just say, call me, email me, and I'll be more than happy to arrange with you time and date. And I'm actually going this weekend to Port St. Lucie to do an event down there with a certain lady. Oh, sorry, on the other side.
I am definitely going, believe me.
Oh, and I want to help more people realize the change of when we pass over. I'm still going to be Graham. I'm still going to be learning. I'm still going to have fun when I pass over. My body, I am fully aware, is older than my mind.
Yeah.
But my spirit is older still.
Right. Do you know what, Graham, you know what I tell my younger boy, my younger son, that when I do pass, okay, I tell him he's the first one I'm going to haunt.
Well, in fact, I've told so many people, and they say, "You're scary. I'm going to hurt you." I said, "Well, make it good, because if you kill me, come back quicker and haunt you."
Yeah. Well,
you're weird, and they run off. Now these big hulking guys, they're skinny me, and I'm telling them, "I'll haunt you if you kill me."
Yeah.
And they run off. And my mother, when she passed, within an hour and a half of her passing, we had her favorite lilac scent in the house, and even woke up my wife with a bit of lilac. And I hadn't told my wife what my mum's favorite flower was. I wrote it down, and then she told me. I said, "Look, lilac," and she's always around us.
I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that a little bit. You know, let me tell you the other thing that's really funny is I tell my son to put brakes on my casket because I'm going to be running around having fun. And then I tell them to bury me in my t-shirt because my arms are so pretty from powerlifting. So between that and putting brakes on my casket, not a bad idea. Oh, look at that. Ha ha.
Well, I'm actually going to have a couple of things. I'm going to have a tape recorder playing my favorite songs.
There you go.
And I go, boom, I'm still here.
Yes, there you go. Now tell me, what would your favorite song be? We got about 4 more minutes.
Bat Out of Hell.
Oh, now you know what mine would be?
What?
I Did It My Way by Frank Sinatra.
Oh, I've got a few ones, and I have to be polite. But you see, I'm not worried about dying. I'm just worried about how I'm going to die. And people say to me, "Are you scared of heights?" I said, "No." "Well, it's a long way. You'll kill yourself." I said, "You go a long way down, which doesn't hurt you. It's the landing that hurts you. So why not at the long fall? You've got time for brain cells. See you soon."
Yeah. Right.
I can't be serious even on that. It's because it's a release. And I want to thank you and Susie for inviting me here today. It's been fun to get here. It's been fun being here. And I want to thank you and your visitors, Corey and Frederick. And I've enjoyed it.
Yes. Well, I appreciate you being here. And I'm going to tell everybody, if anybody would like also a reading from me, contact me at bluefeather.net. That's my webpage. Or you can call me at 813-814-1601. And then my email is janet@bluefeather.net. So, but Graham, thank you so much for having been here tonight. I enjoyed it immensely, especially our startup.
Oh, I don't know if we're going to have time to tell them.
No, I just can't believe all that transpired within 10 minutes of before we got on the air.
3 minutes before we got on air.
Yes, 3 minutes.
But see, this is what, if you work hard enough, and in truth, and I've no doubt, it happens. It's when you doubt situation. These hurdles are put before us so we can become better people.
But you know what else? Mercury's not in retrograde, so I couldn't understand why you were having so many problems.
I have no problem. It's the internet that's got a problem.
Well, we'll have to discuss that with Google. Or at least that's one of them anyway that we'll have to discuss it with. But you just take good care. I will see you this weekend. Please tell Sandy.
From Sandy.
Okay. Take care.